Hi, I'm Felicia and welcome to my booktube channel, The Book Detective. Today I will be doing another book haul, both a book outlet box to unbox and some other books that I've just picked up along the way to show you guys. So I'm just going to start with the ones that I have purchased from the store and that don't need to be unboxed. So the first book I have is Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard. It's Riordan's new mythology book on the Norse gods. I have already read it and it was pretty good. It's a classic Riordan with a hero who finds out his parent is a god, epic quest, a ragtag team of heroes, and it's just a really good Riordan book. The next book I have is Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas. This is the fourth book in the Throne of Glass series, or the fifth book if you count the prequel novel, and this book was amazing. It definitely held up to where I wanted it to be after I finished Terrifier, and I'm not going to tell you guys a lot about it since it is the fourth book in a series, but it was a really good book. And Queen of Shadows was definitely one of my top reads so far this year. It really kept up to all the hype that I really wanted it to be. Its nice length made it really made me happy because I got that much more to read about Sarah J. Maas. I am really sad that I have to wait a whole year to read the next one, but I have this one and I guess I'll survive. Alright, so the next book I have is Everything by Nicola Yoon. I think that's how you say it. And so this book is about a girl who's basically allergic to the world, and it's kind of like coming out of her shell and falling in love with her neighbor, and it's just a cute little contemporary book. And I did already read it, and it was surprisingly, not surprisingly, I just don't really like contemporaries for the most part, but it was a really good contemporary that I actually really enjoyed. It's got neat little emails and different stuff like that, and it's not written just through her words, but they're I am messages and just sometimes different things that she writes down and stuff like that, and it's just a really cute contemporary book. The next book that I picked up was Illuminae by Amie, Kaufman, and Kristoff, and I found this one at my little bookstore in the mall 2 days before it was supposed to come out, and I picked it up and I started reading it and I finished it in a day or so, and oh my god, this book was amazing. I had heard all the hype about it and I was really excited to read it for myself and for my own opinions on it, and it was amazing. I'm so excited for the next book. It's a trilogy. So this book is basically about these two characters who live on this different planet because it's hundreds of years in the future, and the planet gets attacked and they get onto these spaceships and they're on the run from the people who attacked them, and it's just their journey, but it's not through regular conversations or anything like that. They use government documents and they use messaging systems, and they don't specifically come out and tell you anything. They use different documents and countdowns and all this other really unique things. It was definitely one of my top reads this year. I know I've already said that twice now in this video, but it was a really good book, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who kind of likes sci-fi or even just fantasy kind of dystopian books. I mean, it's not really a dystopian, but I don't know, it's just an awesome, really great book. Alright, the next book that I have is, I think everybody's heard the hype about it and how nobody knew it was going to happen, and that would be Life and Death by Stephenie Meyer. This is I haven't read this one yet. I picked it up pretty much right away when I heard that it came out, but I have yet to read it yet. So Life and Death is just Twilight reimagined with opposite gender. So Bella is a boy and Edward is a girl, and all the characters are flipped genders, and I've heard that since they flipped the genders, the ending kind of changes. So I'm kind of iffy, but I'm kind of excited to get to this book sometime soon. I don't know when yet though, but yep, I have it now, so when I'm ready to read it, I have it. Alright, and then the last book besides Life and Death that I have that isn't in my book outlet unboxing would be The Cellar by Natasha Preston, and I picked this book up at Target. Most of these books are from Target, because it just seemed really interesting, and it was only like $8. So it's basically about this girl, well, these girls, who get kidnapped by this man, and they're forced to live in his basement, and like they have to survive. So it's like, it is like a contemporary, because this really does happen, and it's like a realistic book, and I've read it in like a day. It was really good, and it's her first novel, I think. This was actually a really good standalone, considering I don't really normally enjoy standalones, but the topic that she picked and how the girls, the whole kidnap thing, it felt like something that couldn't last more than a book, so I think that was a really good choice for her. Really good, and I definitely will probably try her other books sometime in the future. Alright, so now that I have finished all of my other books that I purchased from like Target and stuff like that, I have my book outlet box to unbox for you guys. My scissors are missing in action, so I'm just gonna do the whole let's rip it open kind of thing. Oh, this is easy. I got this. Ugh. No, I don't. One more side. I got this. I got this. Alright, there we go. I got it. Alright, so I think I purchased 7 books from Book Outlet. So the first one on top is one I'm pretty sure most of you guys have heard of, and that would be Fangirl by Rowell. Yes, I have not read any of Rowell's books, but I have read the synopsis for this book numerous times, and I feel like it would be the best one for me to start with. I just love the concept that her and her twin moved to college, and she's kind of the shy one who writes fan fiction, just kind of her story, and I really like that. And when I saw it for only $8 in hardcover, it's in hardcover on Book Outlet, I knew this was my time that I needed to get Fangirl and to read Fangirl. I'm really excited to start this one and see what all the Rowell hype is about. If I like this one, I'll probably go get Carry On, since that's like a spin-off kind of thing or whatever. But I'm really excited for this one. Next book I have in my box is Frostfire by Hocking. I've had this book in my cart for kind of a long time now. It's about this girl, I think, who lives in like this mythical world where like she just wants to be like a protector, I think, of like the royal family maybe, or just like the higher ups. And one of her like mentors or something gets corrupted maybe, and she has to go hunt him down or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I'll get to it eventually, and then I'll know what it was about. Alright, the next book in my box is Black Ice by Becca Fitzpatrick. And I know that she wrote the Hush Hush trilogy, or no, saga, I think. Saga. I read those a really long time ago. I don't remember a lot of them. And I didn't even like look at the author when I read the synopsis of this book. It just sounded like something that's really interesting. It's kind of got a contemporary vibe. It's about this girl, and she trains to go like mountain hiking kind of thing. Her ex-boyfriend wants to go out there, and she doesn't want him to go, and she gets stuck up in this mountain, has to stay with these people, and they kidnap her because they're fugitives. So now she has to rely on her ex-boyfriend to come to the mountains and to try and rescue her before something happens to her. It sounded pretty good, and this is one that I'm kind of excited to start sooner rather than later. So I don't know, I'll get to it sometime or whatever. So yeah. Alright, the next book from my box is Mortal Gods by Kendra Blake. This is the sequel to The Goddess, and this is the first book in the Goddess Wars series or something like that, and is the second book. The series is about the gods, and they're all dying from some mysterious thing, and they have to hunt down this girl who's a seer, a reincarnated like seer or whatever, and that's all in the first book, and this is just the continuation of that, so I don't want to give away anymore since this is the sequel to the book. Alright, and then my next book is got it in here somewhere, Cain's Blood by Geoffrey Girard. This is one of the books I was most excited for in my book haul. It is about this, it's an adult book, it is. I don't normally read adult books, but it's okay. It's an adult book, but it's about this, in this world, the government decides to take and make clones of serial killers. So it follows these teens that are in this nature nurture kind of setting to find out what makes serial killers. So they have DNA of serial killers and they're put into different situations to see what will make them serial killers. And the book follows this FBI agent who has to track down these teen serial killers that get away, but the teenagers don't know they're clones or that they're clones of serial killers. So it just sounded really interesting. I was hoping it came before Halloween, but it didn't, but that's okay. I'll still probably read it. But I'm really excited for this one. Just the concept of the book sounds really interesting. And the last book that I got was Project Cain, which is also by Geoffrey Girard. It's like a companion novel to Cain's Blood. It's a YA. This one is actually YA because it follows one of the teenagers who's like a clone serial killer in the same story as Cain's Blood. So it follows the teenager's perspective as he gets like hunted down by the FBI agent or whatever. And so I got Cain's Blood, so I felt the need to get Project Cain too, so I could see it through the different eyes. And it is young adult, so I mean you get the young adult view of like how it all goes on, but then you also have with Cain's Blood kind of the more adult-ish kind of thing. So I am so excited for all my books, but that is all that I have with me. If you've read any of these books and like super love them, maybe comment below, or if you have any opinions on the ones that I haven't read yet, you can do that, but I don't want any spoilers, just whether or not you liked them or whatever. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe below. Hopefully I'll be getting up more content more regularly. The last year, and I know that sounds horrible, has been just really hectic or whatever, and I'm hoping to get into a more like normal swing of getting up videos at like normal intervals like every week or whatever. So now for the book holding. Ta-da! I did it! I got them all. I see why it's hard. All the other books, they chop them and I'm like, how do you chop them? But it's really hard. There we have it. All of the books that I have in this book haul. That's it for my book haul today. If you like this video, please like and subscribe below. I'm Felicia and this is my channel, The Book Detective. Hopefully I'll be seeing you soon with another video. Bye!